Alright, so apparently what I was missing was that there's something I can do in the Rolly Gym that I had evidently not noticed. Possibly if you talk to one of these guys they pointed out, but I need to get into the basketball. And yep, I missed that you could spin the Rolly Gym thing. See, the point is now he's going really fast. Well, faster, I suppose. God damn. Fucking... I need to spin it again. Or, you know, maybe I don't. Jesus. That took its sweet time, didn't it? Just hurry up. I need to get to the umbrella. Trick that bad boy. And then open it again. Alright, there we go. Now I hop over to this bad boy. And evidently... yeah, I need to switch these two. Apparently. Yeah, that's the spirit. And then swap those two, apparently. That's heavy enough to be like, fuck that flat-ass rugby ball. Which is not flat at all. Can't help but notice. There, we move the ball. What do you think, Missile? It's doable. With the ball there, I think I can do it. Just a few seconds, you'll swap Minnow with the leaf. From there, we can swap Minnow one more time. The final moment is near. Are you ready? Arr, you'll bet! Alright. Stone idol with rugby ball. Once it, you know, shows up. Since I think we're operating under the assumption that, you know... I mean, I certainly can't reach the idol from here. Unless... Oh, wait. No, I can't reach the idol from here. We're operating under the assumption that it's already going to be switched, since that's how it happened. There we go. Okay, watch me. Wait a minute, watch me, Cecil. Here I go. The finishing touches. You can do it, Missile. Swap Minnow with that ball. See, I had that you needed the umbrella to knock the thing down. I was missing that you couldn't spin the stupid fuckers. That's gonna crush that, yeah. There, how's... There, how's that? My head has been spared. Truly, that was a try worthy of the gods. And now Minnow is right where he belongs. We did it again, didn't we? Didn't we, old boy? Fate averted. Oh, lordy. Nobody has to die, except you, cat. Except for one brave little somebody today. Huh? Talking about you, Missile. Oh, me? I guess you're right. I'm still dead, aren't I? Now let's get back and save your life. Wait a minute. What? Now that I think about it, I think I want to stay dead a little longer. What? When I was alive, I couldn't even help Miss Camilla while she was in trouble. I want to be able to protect Miss Camilla. And to do that, I need these powers I have now. Cheery music. I have had friends that told me if they die, they will haunt me. And you know what? I'm both concerned and flattered when they say that. I see. Perfectly understandable. Even I wish I had powers like that. We just saved you. Don't wish your life away. Of course, you're right. Alright, Missile, have it your way. By the way, Mr. Reckless Youth, there's a certain detective who needs the music box he found. When we get back to the present, could you give it to her? Certainly, you have my word. Let's go back then, to the present. Oh, shy. I could fancy a pint of some lovely Guinness. And so Camilla ended up in the hands of the kidnappers. We weren't able to change that part. Lynn listened to my story, but without saying anything. I'm sorry, I wish there was something else we could have done.
No, you did the best you could. I'm sure she's alright after all.
After all... that was weird. Missile has a cold.
After all, she has me.
The leaf. Missile, are you in there? How does she know what he sounds like?
Miss Lynn, leave Miss Camilla to me. I know I don't look like much right now, but I'm sure I can help her. Missile! Eek! Oh, Miss Lynn. Oh, this is an unfortunate situation.
Well. Good luck, Missile.
I'm going to leave it up to Missile.
It looks like Missile is being left up to the wind, actually.
Oh. I have something to give you. Stop the park from being turned into a housing site. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods.
Aren't you forgetting your promise?
Oh, pardon me.
Oh,
My apologies. This is for you.
Oh!
boy, we can just shove that in our pocket, huh?
You kept the music box safe, didn't you? Thank you.
Nothing at all. I was only doing what the Rock of the Gods would have wanted.
What's the matter? Is his faith being shaken? What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
He's mesmerized by my beauty. Hey! That cat's not allowed to get your tongue!
Excuse me, but are you... No, it couldn't be.
Have we met before?
Aren't you that little girl from that time? I'll never forget it. It was 10 years ago in this park.
Are you talking about...
What, really? I mean, I want to hear this.
Here in this park, the gods surely controlled fate. 10 years ago today, we meet once again. If that isn't the power of the gods, then what else?
Could just be a coincidence. But apparently, you know our lady detective there. Could you tell us about it? What happened 10 years ago?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I was actually just about to do that. You rude son of a bitch.
What's this Rock of Gods you keep mentioning?
Don't you know? It's right there in front of us.
Missile, no! I guess he's not really dead.
Missile! Wait a minute! You said... gods! But do you mean dogs?
Of course not. Don't be silly. There's no time for ridiculous word games.
How'd that work in the Japanese one, I wonder? Because that's a joke that works in English. I don't think it works so well in kanji, you know? Unless that there's a crazy-ass coincidence and God and dog are the same.
You're standing just above the Rock of the Gods now. Take a good look at that monument.
Monument? Oh, look! A monument!
Rock of the Gods. Huh, yeah. Well, so it is.
The Rock of the Gods.
Oh. I mean, it's just an asteroid, dude. It's like a crashed meteor.
The rock is buried in the ground right there. It's been there these 10 years. Ever since that day it flew down from the heavens and showed us a miracle.
A miracle? Yeah, I mean... I lost my memory, but she should be able to remember this.
So this rock you've been talking about, Is it a meteorite?
Precisely. Really don't know why we call it Rock of the Gods, actually. It dropped from the sky on that day 10 years ago. Yes, of course. Surely you know all about that.
Me?
For those of you wondering, I'm not trying to do like any sort of... The voice I'm going for with the pamphlet dude, if you've ever played Ratchet and Clank 2, it's the voice of the hippie who is willing to trade you moonstones for money.
That day, I just happened to be passing through this park. I had no idea what would change my destiny. The sun was going down, and through the gloom, I heard the scream of a little girl.
Eek!
Now just be calm and drop that weapon. Stand back. If you come any closer, I'll shoot her. Ah, it's Jowd and Mystery Man.
I peeked out fearfully from the bushes and saw some shadowy figures. I didn't see the face of the criminal clearly. I knew I should do something to help, but I couldn't move. The tension was so thick it was painful, and just when I couldn't stand it any longer,
A meteorite struck the criminal. Are you serious? Christ!
when it crashed into the ground, the meteor gave off a shower of beautiful fragments. And then I saw it. One of those beautiful fragments
Was totally the dude's head. Oh. Ouch. Well, that was contrived. Fucking... You know what? Judgment of the Gods. Yeah, if I were a criminal with a hostage and I got struck by a meteor, I would feel like that somebody had it out for me. Just saying. I mean, jeez.
10 years ago, the little girl that was you was saved by the Rock of the Gods.
Oh my, I can't believe it.
The Rock of the Gods was given the name Temsic,
Why?
and still today, it lies deep sleeping in the park's earth.
Okay. Yeah, elaborate me.
I never knew about this Temsic. I always thought Detective Jowd was the one who saved me.
You were very young then, and you passed out from the shock of being taken hostage. Of course you wouldn't remember.
But that's funny. A huge incident like that should have caused a stir. It's strange you never heard of it, Lynn.
Is it? It is, isn't it? But now that I think about it, I remember I didn't want to think about what happened. I avoided the news. I never came back to this park again. That's why I didn't know anything about it.
You know, I still think there would have been some reporter like, Miss Lynn, excuse me, how do you feel about the girl that was saved by a meteorite in Temsic Park? What? Oh, well, you know, cat's out of the bag, I guess. It happened.
The meteorite was named Temsic after the name of the park it fell.
What? But meteorite was named Temsic after the name of this park that it fell in. Okay, that still doesn't tell me about the name.
And then the Rock of the Gods was forgotten. Now an awful thing is happening. They're talking about turning this park into a housing site. I'll never forget the miracle I witnessed that day. And so I've taken up residence in this park and I'm trying to appeal to the people. Protect the park, the Rock of the Gods. That's my mission.
I see.
Good night, sweet prince.
I'm taking you with me, missile.
So 10 years ago, the little girl that was Lynn wasn't aware of the meteorite. I get that, but Detective Jowd, on the other hand, there's no way he didn't know about the Temsic thing. And if he knew... And that man died. I took his life. What was that confession of his all about? The Rock of the Gods that fell from the sky 10 years ago changed the destinies of many people's lives, like ripples in a pond when a pebble's dropped in. With every answer I get, I learn more about the mystery. This is a confusing plot. I'm hoping it wraps up nicely. Anyways, now that we have the evidence we need, we decided to meet up again at the Minister's office. Besides, there's a few things I want to ask Detective Jowd. Yeah, normally I did... Well, actually, I wouldn't end the video. I got like 5 minutes left. But, apparently the chapter is over once, we're done talking to Jowd here.
We found the music box, Detective Jowd!
Good job, Lynn. I knew you would. Once everything has been resolved, I wanted you to give this to him.
Him? You mean Canada, right?
I don't suppose he'll ever forgive me.
Detective Jowd!
Now then, let's get this thing open. There's a certain knack to doing it, you know. See? Calls that a knack? Looks more like brute strength to me. Yeah, Jowd's got a stout upper body. Oh, hey. Neat. Here you are. Let's just get all of our fingerprints all over it. You should find scorch marks on the grip.
Scorch marks?
When Camilla built her contraption, she used a special kind of string. It's a kind magicians use. It burns up in an instant and disappears.
Why would little Camilla use
Or have access to
something like that?
I don't know. Maybe because she's a detective's daughter. Doesn't justify it. Not leaving any evidence behind and all that. Ha ha ha. In that...
In the case report, there were mention of some scorch marks.
Bang. Yep. What dictates when the string burns? Does it just magically know it's been pulled? When it happened, Camilla was watching from her hiding place. She saw the flame run to the gun. She had She saw the flame run to the gun, something she naturally didn't include in her design. It's already like Chekhov's gun. I think I've made that joke. I took the gun out of the frame and replaced it with a picture. If you remove the picture, you should find scorch marks behind it on the frame too. Those marks should match up with the ones on the gun. I mean, possibly, but scorch mark mappings? I don't think that's quite how that works. It proves the contraption existed there in that room that day.
And it didn't work the way your little girl intended, is that right?
Exactly. Some cowardly culprit modified the design.
But that angle was never brought up in court.
Yeah, it's a stupid angle.
And so, as Justice Minister, I must call off the execution at this point.
I knew I was right. It wasn't Detective Jowd. Now we can finally prove that. Thank goodness.
Thank you, Lynn. In those eyes of yours, I see the eyes of that little girl from 10 years ago. Alright. I had some questions there, Jowd. Cecil, if you hadn't come to my cell tonight, I would be gone by now, without ever having known any of this. This is what I deserve. That's what I told myself these past 5 years. But things are different now. Thanks to you, my eyes have finally been opened. Tonight, I've come into contact with a lot of people's lives and gotten involved in their fates, and have had, like, 0 sleep. The only reason I'm doing that was to regain my own lost memories. But things are different now. We're connected to each other somehow, I just know it. That's why I need to ask you a few more questions in order to find out the truth about us. Fair enough. Fire away. Alright.
Cecil...
I kind of wanted to ask about the manipulator, actually.
Cecil told me all about it, Detective Jowd. About the manipulator.
Yes, and it looks like this manipulator really did a number on the minister, too.
No.
Please don't pick on the minister. If he dies again, I'm the one who has to save him.
No.
Cecil, do you think that's what happened to me, too?
What are you talking about, Lynn? Don't tell me. You were manipulated, too? They've gone too far now. There was always a part of me that just couldn't believe it. That image of the one who shot me. But now I see the possibility of a new explanation. God, my suit was stupid. All red? Who wears that?
But Who is it? And why did they do it? The contraption was a birthday surprise for Camilla's mother, wasn't it?
That's right.
Something has been bothering me about it. I feel like I know that device from somewhere. It killed me!
Yeah, funny that. You lost your life once tonight because of that machine.
Right! I knew it! See, Detective Jowd?
I'm afraid I don't see. I told Detective Jowd about it. Huh, well, that was alright. That was a pretty quick explanation. Told him about seeing the exact same contraption tonight in a completely different place. Yeah, Pigeon Man knows more than he's letting on. That's very strange indeed. A junkyard on the edge of town. I've never even heard of the place. A junkyard? A yard for junk? It's not very efficient. Junk should be eliminated. And what's more, I've never told a single soul about that contraption. I'm giving him too much emotion.
You haven't?
The old pigeon guy. Who in the world is he? That's what I want to know. Detective Jowd. You must have heard this name before. Temsic. Yes, it's the name of a park. No, I mean the meteorite. Oh. The meteorite that fell in the park 10 years ago. You were there. So you found out about that, did you? I mean, it's not like it's a secret or anything. I heard the meteorite saved Lynn's life. Yeah, there were witnesses. That's right. I couldn't do anything to help Lynn that day. But in that case, I don't get it. If it's true, why? Doesn't it mean you didn't steal somebody's life away?
What are you talking about?
Detective Jowd, you told me 10 years ago the person you killed the perpetrator in the park was you.
What? But it was the meteorite!
Did you just throw a meteorite through his spine? I wasn't lying. I stole the man's life away. No question about it. It was entirely my fault. You want to maybe justify that? I was just about to shoot him. I would have shot him in the next instant if the meteorite hadn't come. At that point, I was already a murderer. No, you weren't. You were not a murderer. Yes, thank you, Lynn.
That's not true! You were trying to save me!
Lynn, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's really it. I think it is. On that day, 10 years ago, a different incident happened in another place.
Another place?
Yes, in the police headquarters interrogation room. The worst sort of incident. A suspect who was being questioned escaped.
Wow, I didn't know about that!
Yeah, why would you? You were a child. I happened to be there in the detective division, so I joined the case. Fortunately, or I guess unfortunately, I was able to track him down alone in the park. Hold it right there. I fired a warning shot to catch him. I wanted to catch him bad. That warning shot made him panic. At that time, I was young and green. See? Look at the coat. I was a young and green detective, brandishing my sense of justice like a sword. I made him panic and got you involved, Lynn. It was all my fault.
Detective Jowd!
All I could see was my target. I couldn't even see you. I'm so sorry, Lynn. Yeah, no, you're still not a murderer. You're full of crap, dude. I think it's just his voice.
So the man who grabbed me died that day?
These last 10 years, I've never forgotten his face. It was a look of pain and surprise, since it was a meteorite that killed him, and not me. Like, if I'm like, alright, I'm gonna steal this here fucking sandwich. I'm gonna steal this sandwich. I'm gonna steal it right goddamn now. I'm gonna reach up and take that sandwich. It's gonna be mine. And then the guy's like, oh hey, you want that sandwich? Go for it. Sure, it's yours. That doesn't make me a thief. Like, I may regret thinking that, but I'm still not a thief, alright? Like, if I was 1,000,000% sure I was going to take that sandwich and was, like, 1 second away from grabbing it, slipping it under my coat, and running away, yeah, I would feel guilty about it, because it's like, oh man, I should have just asked. Being a thief clearly isn't the right answer, but I still wouldn't be a thief. You know, at the end of the day, I didn't take the sandwich. And at the end of the day, he didn't shoot a man. Jowder, an idiot.
And then a few years after that, when my wife Alma died in such a mysterious way, I thought it was fate, my punishment.
You didn't do anything! God damn it.
Paint, paint, paint. I painted picture.
Were we the guy? Were we the man who kidnapped and put a gun to her head years ago? But if so, why would we be... No, that... I'm fucking with my mic. Don't worry about it. But if that can't be, because then we wouldn't be there on film being shot by her. No, that wouldn't make any sense.
I painted pictures in my cell, nothing but portraits of people's faces. All the faces of many people I'd met in my life and didn't want to forget.
Yeah, so can you tell me about me?
And tonight...
Is that a walrus on the back? Oh no, that's the stupid fucking thing, the mascot that Japanese towns and parks have.
I finished my last portrait, the final face I wanted to remember.
Mine.
The final face. The face of the man in the park that day.
Alright, well, you got some explaining to do, game. Wait just a minute, that can't be. I saw that painting. I saw the face you painted that night, or tonight. It was my face! Are you telling me I was the man in the park?
Groovy music. That's right. That face of yours is the face I saw 10 years ago. The face of the man whose life I stole. The man who was pronounced dead at the scene.
Alright, well, I was clearly on film, being shot. I'm here right now. I apparently haven't aged in 10 years. Because, you know... Like, she clearly grew up, you changed, you got a little bit bigger, and I think your hair's a bit different. But, like, really? I'm not getting it. Unless I have a older brother that looks exactly like me, but that doesn't make any sense.
But hold on, Detective Jowd, that can't be! I met Cecil for the first time tonight, and he died right in front of me!
By the way, the name that I know that man in the park that day by isn't Cecil.
Huh?
From the first minute I laid eyes on you, I've been wondering, who in the world is this guy?
Poor timing.
Mr. Minister.
Inspector Cabanella, what are you doing?
Just be quiet and listen. This...
Oh, fuck!
This is our demand.
What? Demand?
Our demands haven't changed. The execution must be tonight. Once we've confirmed it's been carried out, we'll release the hostage.
What are you talking about, Inspector Cabanella? You know it wasn't my daughter who was abducted.
Does it really matter who the hostage is? A life is a life. Even if it's the daughter of a death row prisoner. Once the criminal gets the punishment he deserves, the hostage will go free. Carry out the execution immediately and wait for our call.
Oh boy. What is going on? God damn it, I wanted to switch over to my next game after this. Fuck. You look paler than ever. What in the world? What's going on, Inspector Cabanella? The rock of the gods that fell in the sky 10 years ago twisted the fates of so many people and started a chain of tragic events. And even now, the chain continues to grow longer. Inspector Cabanella proved that to us. Like, seriously, what the fuck? Oh, he might be being manipulated. Who knows? And the greatest mystery is yet to surface. Who is the me I've been chasing all night? That's a good question! Who am I? I'm even further from knowing that when I started. Sure, why not? Let's end it right there. I have no idea what's going on, but I would really like to. I would love to keep playing this game. It's 3 a.m. at this point. Well, 2:55, but it's close enough. I have like 3 more chapters, I think. No, 4, because it's this one, 16, 17, and 18, or the final chapter. 10 years ago, a man named Cecil took a little girl named Lynn hostage. Apparently Cecil. It wasn't Cecil, because he said, I don't know the name Cecil. Took a little girl named Lynn hostage, and then was killed by a meteorite fragment. I'm done. I gotta be done for now. But god damn, this game. This is crazy. And I bet if Neko's watching this to the end right now, because I'm aware this has been like half an hour, she must be just like so smug or pleased with herself or something. Because she's like, I imagine part of her, like, on the one hand, she's mentioned that she wishes she could like forget the game and then play it again, just to have her mind blown. So she knows exactly what I'm going through. And anyone who's watching this and has played the game, I think, knows exactly what I'm going through. And on the other hand, she's pleased because it's like, pleased/annoyed, because I think she knows what's going on and wants to talk to me about it, but she can't. At least not yet. But perhaps by the time this episode has gone up, she can and will have talked to me about it. But right now, it's, well, there's a whole other theory behind that, but, yes. It's weird because at the moment, as I'm saying these words, I don't know if I'll have talked to her about it or not. But when the episode goes up and she's watching and hearing these words, she'll know. So she knows before me, right now, if I've talked to her about it at this point. Because I sure as hell don't know. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I've been Tokenlad. Talk to you later, shooting oceans, and see you around Ask Clown. I am loving this game.